Hello, I'm Steve Dunnington from Moog Music, and this is the Minitaur. It's our bass synthesizer, analog bass synthesizer. It's new this year. It's compact, analog, monophonic, everything on the front panel synthesizer. It's the classic sound of the Taurus 1 bass pedals, but with some enhancements. So if you want classic Moog bass sounds, it's very good. Here we have the ability to detune the oscillators. So that's an octave apart. I can get them slightly out of tune for a phased kind of sound. Start filter. We have an envelope generator to modulate the filter. So I can get really fast, punchy sounds. Or I can get softer, kind of more mellow sounds. And then of course resonance. This has a really nice kind of acid sound. It's crispy. Not much of a player, but for the oscillators, you have two different sounds. You have the sawtooth wave or square wave. That's really nice. You can mix the two oscillators together here. This is where you can set them to be detuned and get that beating sound, which is quite nice. The bass on this thing is unbelievable. If you have a subwoofer, you really move air with this machine. And for dance music producers, guys who do sequence bass lines, sometimes with the analog synthesizers, if you're playing with two oscillators and they're slightly detuned, they phase. So every note has a different impact. You can hear the phasing go up and down. We have a feature that we can enable through MIDI called Note Sync. So I'm restarting the phase of the oscillators with every note. And you feel it in your feet. It's like the subwoofer. Without, I don't know if you can hear that on this camera, but it's a pretty cool thing for I think for dance music, especially if you're trying to move air in a really intense way. Also, there's an LFO. The LFO can sync to MIDI clock. It goes really fast, so we can get kind of ring modulating sounds. And you have separate amounts for VCO and VCF modulation. This is, very simple synthesizer, but it's got a really awesome sound. Everything that you see on that front panel I can control with MIDI. It has regular DIN MIDI input, also has USB MIDI, and the USB goes both ways, so I can also send controls from the front panel to automate things.
All the controls are MIDI CCs too. Okay.
And let me show you something here. This is pretty cool. So we have an editor, and this is coming out very soon, as a standalone program. So if you connect your Minitaur via USB, you can control things on the front panel here. I can see here. This is the window I want to show you. And then here is all the things that are not on the front panel, the under the hood things, like your pitch bend amounts. That's that note sync feature I was telling you about. So all this program does is send MIDI controllers to the Minitaur. And then there's some other cool things. capture, so you can grab the sound that's in your Minitaur, bring it in here, and then you can save it. Yeah. You can also do random presets, which is also really fun if you're bored. Yeah, it's just a cool thing. So this is standalone, and when you buy a Minitaur, you can register on our website to download this for free. In the future, we'll work towards having a VST or an AU version of this. It may cost a little money to have this version, but for the standalone, it's free. That's the Minitaur, and if we look in the back, we have also some control inputs. So if you're an analog only person, you can control this thing from your modular or whatnot. Gate, pitch, filter, and volume, CVs, and also an audio input, so you can process tracks through the filter. It's mixed with the oscillators.
At the same time playing sound.
Yeah, and you can set the gain of that via controller, MIDI CC. So it's a really, it doesn't look like much, but it's really quite a modern instrument, and if you need bass in your music, it's a really good choice, I think. Yeah.
Okay.